Perfect. Okay, so welcome everyone to the official online kickoff of the DN22 Polkadot Hybrid Hackathon. First of all, we want to thank all of you, the mentors, the hackers, our sponsors, for all the time and the energy that you're pouring into this super cool hackathon, and we hope that all of you have a lot of fun. So this is what we're going to discuss today. First, we're going to introduce our team, the Data Natives Hackathon team. Then we're going to review the most important details of the hackathon. Then we're gonna go through the agenda because we have online activities, we have offline activities, and then we also have the Data Natives conference, right? We're also gonna review the tech tools that the hackers will need to use for this specific hackathon. Then we're gonna get to know our mentors. They're going to guide us through all the challenges, the prizes, and then we can have some time for any questions that you may have. So this is the time for my boss to speak. I want to introduce you all to Elena, the managing director of Data Economy at Data Natives.
Hello, hello. Well, thank you very much, Bego, doing an excellent job with this slide, with the slide deck. I love it, and the hackathon in general. So so as Bego mentioned, we're running this hackathon as part of a bigger activity called Data Natives conference in general. So this is a hackathon just before the conference, which is going to happen just a week, I think, or 4 or 5 days after the end of the hackathon, or the end of the offline activities, to be more precise, because the hackathon is now kicked off. Whoever is joining it, they can join at any time. Then we have this offline activities, and then we have the conference. And the conference is taking place for 3 days, from the 31st until the 2nd of September. And the 2nd of September is the day that we're focusing specifically on Web 2, and is the day when the demo day of all the successful projects will happen. So really looking forward to that. I don't know if let me just say a little bit about it as well, Data Natives, because I think I gave a bit more information that I probably should have at this point, but just a little bit about Data Natives. We exist since 2015. We started as a media platform called Data Economy, where you can find all relevant content around data science and machine learning and AI. Somehow blockchain have always been like getting in our topics because we are very much focusing on emerging technologies. And we've built this community of more than 150,000 tech savvy people, nerds, data engineers, scientists, web developers that work with different technologies. And we've been, in the last year, we've been focusing more and more on the Web3 space. And hence we are doing this collaboration with Polkadot, with Astar Networks and KILT Protocol that they are both parachains built on the Polkadot. So really excited.
Yeah, so for all the hackers, if you have any question regarding the organization of the hackathon, the agenda, how to form a team, any support that you need also related to TAIKAI, the platform that is providing the infrastructure for the hackathon, anything that is organization related, you can always come to me on the Slack workspace that we have. You can always send me a DM, or Victoria Baron, who is also here. She's also part of the Data Natives community and team. I'm the project manager of this specific hackathon, and I don't know if you want to introduce yourself very quick, Tori.
Yeah, sure. Hi, everybody. Welcome on board, hackers. Super excited to have you here and kick it off our hackathon. I'm pretty sure all the challenges will be super interesting for you that our partners prepared. I wish you to meet a lot of like-minded people during this hackathon, a lot of cool ideas, and hopefully we will meet in person during Data Natives in Berlin, where you're gonna pitch your projects. Yeah, you can always in case you have any questions, you can ask me or Bega. I'll be more than happy to help you.
Exactly, we'll be 24/7 working for you, even Sundays. We're committed, fully committed to this project. So yeah, anytime that you have any question, we're always here to guide you. So Elena, do you want to introduce the partners and give the main context of the hackathon?
Sure. So as I mentioned, because of the fact that, well, Data Native's birthplace is Berlin, and the conference has been happening in Berlin and the community has been built in Berlin. And actually, funnily enough, Polkadot its headquarters has started in Berlin. And that's pretty much why this is one of the reasons why we believe that Astar Network, which is the main partner of this event, really wanted to choose this location to have this kickoff of the hackathon, this is also why it was very important for us to also do some offline activities for the ecosystem and for the people who are in Berlin. That's why we're working very closely with Mindspace, which is a co-working space that is worldwide, and specifically they have a lot of offices in Berlin. And then KILT Protocol, another parachain, also joined to provide challenges. So we're really happy that both of them, Astar Network and KILT, are bringing forth some exciting challenges for you. Also in Berlin, KILT Protocol, yes, some exciting challenges for you to hack on. And as we know, and as we become more and more familiar with these technologies, we understand that you need some time to build something meaningful. So that's why you also have this time to start online whenever you can. Basically, from Monday onwards, the gates are open, and we will also keep some offline activities for you. But yes, thank you so much for our partners. We're really excited to do this together. We have here a lot of representatives from Astar and for KILT. So I won't present what you guys do. I think you do better justice to do it yourselves. But for sure, I wanted to thank you. And yeah, really excited to see what kind of results we'll bring forward to the conference. And also, we're going to have the pleasure to have the CEO of KILT speaking at the conference. So that will be great. Because KILT also is very close with data privacy and digital identity. So that's very close to the natives. And then Astar Network, we're going to have Martin, who I don't know if he's here today, but he's going to be talking around smart contracts as well.
He's on holidays, but we have we have Mingxi here representing Astar and other mentors as well that you will get to know later on. So yeah, basically Astar is implementing 5 challenges. KILT is implementing 1. They are going to explain them later on. And Mindspace is a super cool co-working space where we will host a couple of offline activities, networking sessions from the weekend of August 26th to August 28th. And we're looking forward to you to seeing this space because it's super, super cool. Okay, so let's go very briefly through the overall hackathon journey. We have 6 different challenges, as I said, 5 from Astar, 1 from KILT. We have 9 different mentors that are here to guide you throughout your whole hacking journey. We have 3 online workshops that will happen next week. We have 1 offline weekend, as I said, in Mindspace, which is a super cool space in Berlin. And then we have the main event, demo day. You're all gonna pitch from the Data Natives 22 conference from the stage. And we're super excited about that as well. So if you want to see the agenda, you can always go to TAIKAI, to the hackathon page inside TAIKAI, and then if you go here to timeline, you'll see that we've confirmed all the online and offline activities. So our first workshop is going to be from KILT Protocol, and it's going to be from Dudley. That's going to happen on Monday at 6 p.m. CET, Central European Time. Then we have another online workshop on Wednesday, and that is from Astar Networks at 6 p.m. CET also. And then we have another workshop, the third workshop, and that's taking place on Friday at the same time next week. And then we move on to the week number 3 of the hackathon, where we're going to host a series of offline activities so you can meet your fellow hackers. We'll have people from KILT, from Astar there, so you can polish your project, you can finish your presentation, and we're also going to provide a couple of workshops focusing on soft skills, so you get to polish not only your project but also your pitch, how you're going to present, how you're going to speak in public, which is super important as well, right? And then we have the deadline of the project submission. That's on Monday, August 29 at 12 p.m. CET. That's noon CET. And then we will take a couple of days to review all the submissions. Then we will select the best projects, and those projects will be able to pitch from demo day at the conference. I don't know if you want to say anything else about the conference, Elena. Do you want me to go to the website, or we're good?
We can, why not? Maybe we can show them the website, good idea. So I don't know if the information there, so as you see, we've paid a big tribute to the 90s and all the hacker culture. So, and the Guide to the Galaxies, inspired by the popular book, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. So you can see if you scroll down, pretty much information around the conference. We start on August the 31st, but the Web3 days on September 2nd. Everybody who participates, all hackers, whether you pitch on stage or not, you will be able to get a ticket and you'll be able to attend the conference. So that's a huge learning opportunity for all of you. So for the first 2 days is really focused on data and AI. So anyone who's working on anything that could be related with data and potentially in the Web3 space, that could also be interesting for you. And then the third day is, of course, the Web3 day. And we have 3 stages in the Web3 day. So if you go to, you can also see here the tracks. So the first 2 days, we have 4 tracks, future society, data economy, data science, and startup. And then the third day, we have blockchain and Web3, and then future society. And if you click on the agenda, you can see what we have in store for you. And it's so exciting that it takes some time to load.
Computer, it's about to explode as well. So again, we're here.
So you can see here, you can also select on the different stages, and you can decide which stage you want to see. So data science, future society, startups, and then you can see what we have. Second day, the same. And then we also have the third day, which is the blockchain day, the Web3 day. So
the most important activity of that day, demo day.
Exactly, that's the best. That's the most important for sure. So yeah.
Perfect. Something that I forgot to mention about the agenda on TAIKAI is that you can add it to your calendar. The only thing that I'm not able to add in this calendar are the Zoom links, but I'm going to post them on the Slack channel, and I'm going to set a lot of reminders so you don't miss out. But yeah, I wanted to clarify that. And now, so let's talk first of all about our tech tools. We want you to be super tech savvy, just as my GIF. So first I'm going to talk about Slack. So Slack is where we're going to have our daily banter, right? We have 2 important channels. One is the DN22 Hackathon. This is where you've seen that I've been posting a lot of daily reminders or announcements about the most important things that are going on in the hackathon. Then we also have the channel help desk, and this is specifically for any organizational question that you may have, like if you get stuck on something with TAIKAI, whatever it is that you need help, you can always reach out on this channel and tag me or tag Tori. And of course, you can create your own channel with your team, so you can have ongoing conversations there about your projects. And I've also set up 6 different channels, 1 per challenge. And as you confirm the challenge or challenges that you're going to apply to, I'm going to add you to those channels because the mentors are there. So you can always go to that channel and ping a mentor. And now it's time for Diogo from TAIKAI to guide us through the TAIKAI platform. So TAIKAI, well, Diogo unmutes and everything. TAIKAI is as I said, the platform that is providing all the infrastructure for the hackathon. You need to make sure that even if you've joined this Slack workspace, you've also registered on TAIKAI, that you've created your profile, you've validated it, and you can use TAIKAI to find your teams, to see all the details about the challenges, find resources for those challenges. You can, of course, you need to create and submit your projects, and you can reach out to the mentors on TAIKAI or on Slack. Whichever platform you choose is fine. So now, Diogo, go ahead. I think you can share your screen.
Okay, so thank you, Bego, for the intro. Thank you, Elena, for having us on board on this one. Super happy for this opportunity, and I hope you have a very pleasant hacking experience, everyone. And as Bego said, she will be the first line of fire for any questions you might have using our tool. But in case you have something that's a bit more urgent or something that you would like to see or some bug you find, of course, this is a software tool, so things can happen. So you always have this small chat icon here on the top, and you will be reaching out directly to our team, and they will try to help you as fast as possible with those questions. Or as I said, if you identify something, it's always super useful for us to improve what we are doing. So a couple of notes regarding the platform. The first step you will find is to register yourself. I've already done that, so I think that's fairly simple, so nothing special to see there. So the only difference is that instead of seeing these 2 buttons, you will be seeing something like Join Hackathon or log in to join. So this means that you need to create an account with us, and then you will go through a registration form, and after that you are on board with us. So once you go through that, you are in the platform, and then we have a couple of things that can be done. So there are also different scenarios. So you can either be joining the hackathon because you want to be part of this and you have no idea and no team, or you can be joining the hackathon and you already have an idea, so you'll create your project, but you are looking for team members. Or you already have a team and you are looking to add more team members. So these are the 3 scenarios we'll be covering today, so that you can take the most advantage of the matchmaking tool we provide. So the way this works is basically for the first scenario. So if you are alone and you have no idea and you would like to be part of a team, it's fairly simple. The only thing you need to do is you need to come here to your preferences, and you make yourself available. So matchmaking, would you like to display your availability? So you just need to switch this to yes, and then I will show you what that changes. And then there is also one extra layer, which is you can add tags. So in case you are already into something specific, it's useful for the ones with a team to know that, okay, you want to be part of a project that's within this specific space. So I'll just select one. You can select up to 3, Bego, correct? If I'm not mistaken. So I'll just select one.
Yeah,
and
exactly. The maximum, sorry, Diego. Yeah, the maximum is 3. One member can apply to a maximum of 3 challenges.
Okay, fantastic. So these are also the same tags you will see if you create a project. We will go through that in a bit. but they are the same. So this is why I'm selecting one, so that for the purpose of demoing how this works. And now what happens is, so if I'm someone with a team, I can always come here to participants, even before I open positions. I can always come here to participants, and I will start seeing that, okay, this person has these skills and they would like to be under these tags, or my profile, which I've now added, I'll be displayed here as someone that has this tag and I'm looking for a team. This button is not clickable at the moment because I don't have a project created, which I will do now. But this is the scenario for someone that's joining the hackathon, is alone and is available to be part of someone else's team. Of course, at the end of the day, this is a very organical interaction. So it also relies on you being proactive if you see something interesting, also to reach out to those team members. The platform has a one-to-one messaging system, and you can message anyone within the challenge. So this also facilitates this interaction. And at the end of the day, it will rely a lot on you also interacting and reaching out to other teams. And on top of that, you also have the Slack channel to interact with everyone and to make sure that you will be in a team and everything will work accordingly. Okay, so now I'll cover the second scenario, or the second and the third scenario, let's say. First, I have an idea and I already have a team. So I'll just create a project, which is a very similar experience to I have an idea, but I have no team. So in both cases, you need to create a project. The project is where you will showcase your solution. It's where you will start building your final solution that then will be reviewed by the jury members in order for you to go to the finals or not. So it's very important that you work and provide as much detail as possible in this project you'll be creating. So I'll just create a demo project. Here, you can add your project name, you can add a short description. All this is editable, so don't worry if the name is not the one you would like to take to the finals, that's fine. And also, while you are creating this, it's in let's say, draft mode. So it's not something that everyone will see once you click on the Create Project button. Now, the second step of this process is now the moment. If you already have a team with you, you can look for your team members. So I don't know if Bego is already here or not. I think not. So if you already have team members, you can just look for their usernames and you can add them now. Or again, if you don't have them at this moment, you just create your project and this is all editable. So now I have a project. As you can see here, it's unpublished. So no one is seeing this content at the moment. You have several tools. I'll first cover this matchmaking interaction, and then I'll quickly go through how this project page works so that you can see also how that goes. So again here, if I have my idea, but I have no team, I'll just jump into the participants tab. And now I can invite people to my project. So if I click here, I can invite this person. Sorry, and you will receive an invite from me. Don't take it serious. It's just a demo. And basically, if I go back to my project page, I can also create positions. As I was saying, if I have team members or if I want to add, or if I'm looking for team members, I can always create more positions. I can always create positions here. So, sorry, 1 second. I need to publish my project. So the idea here is, in order for you to create positions, people need to understand what you are working on. Therefore, you need to publish your project. So I'll just quickly publish it. And now I can go back here and I can create a position. So this is looking for someone, like looking for a designer, and you add here some content, and then even you can tag some skills, like you should have some Adobe or 3D Studio Max, something that makes sense. So I'll just create this as something simpler. And now I have my open positions. You can open as many positions as you wish. And the way this will be displayed is if you jump here to matchmaking as a participant, you will see the open positions. So if this is interesting for you, I won't be able to apply because this is my own position. But if you would be on a situation where you can apply for this position, you will see a button here that says apply. That's as simple as that. And then again, this will all work in direct message type of interaction within yourself and the owners of that project. To finalize, so that I don't take too long, quick overview on the project page. There is a featured video. This video will be highlighted from the rest of the content in your project. You can upload it from Vimeo, YouTube, or this kind of online video stream tools. And then there is the description. It's super simple to use, similar to like Google Docs or interactions that in that way. You can insert images, charts, you can put hyperlinks, you can use more YouTube videos if you want. So it's super simple to use. And this is where the important stuff should be, so that the juries can evaluate your project and can really look into it. The last thing will be, you can also add assets to your project, meaning files that are relevant or documents that are relevant to better showcase your idea. The final thing, once you create your project, you should tag it to a specific category. As I said before, these categories are the same categories you are seeing if you want just to tag yourself individually. It's very important that you tag your project to a certain category so that then the juries can also evaluate you accordingly. Bego, I don't know if I missed something or.
No, that's perfect. I can only add that the matchmaking feature from TAIKAI, the algorithm is better than the one from Tinder. You need to use it. You need to make your team find your other half on TAIKAI by using the matchmaking feature.
Awesome.
Yeah, thanks so much. Everything is super, super complete, Diogo. Thank you. And it's very important, as Diogo showed at the very end, that you do add a tag to the project. Since we have 6 different projects with different mentors, it's easier for us to filter the projects according to the challenges that they are applying to. So that's very, very important.
Yeah, Bego. So just 2 final words. It's very important also that you add color and image to your project, so you can customize your cover photo, your small avatar, and also, as I said, you can edit the title and the teaser that you need to determine right in the beginning, but you can edit it later. And also you can link to GitHub or other external tools you are using here, which then has a small button that says GitHub in your project, and then it makes the interaction for the juries very, very simple. So this would be it from my end. If you need anything else, just let me know, and we are here to help. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks so much, Diogo.
You're welcome.
Okay. So now that we've covered the tech tools, Elena, do you want to explain a little bit the intention of the mentors? What's the main function of the mentors in a hackathon?
Absolutely. Well, basically in a hackathon, a lot of good things well, the good thing about a hackathon, apart from the fact that you get to have specific challenges that you are working with and potentially solving problems that would reward you in the end. Essentially, one thing that you have is it's like a small incubation, let's say, right? You've got people with extensive knowledge and experience in the field that can be there and guide you in finding the best solution possible. So this is something that usually is provided when you're an accelerator program as a startup. So it's a really big benefit, and a lot of people don't understand how invaluable it is, because these people usually they are professionals with a lot of experience. They don't have a lot of time, and they are giving us their time, giving you their time to actually help you design, shape, and outline your idea. So this is, as the Karate Kid, you can see there, it's pretty good. It prepares you to become that Karate Kid that would go out there full of wisdom and knowledge and fight against whatever the Karate Kid was doing, because I've never seen that movie and I've never been into Cobra Kai. Hey, I said it. Okay, I said it.
That's a very strong statement.
I know. But
okay, so before we get to know our mentors, which I guess that's what you are looking for, you're eager to get to know your mentors, to get to know the people from Astar and KILT. Very quickly, I just want to go, over how you can reach out to a mentor from TAIKAI. So as I said, you can either address them from Slack, or if you go here to mentors in TAIKAI, then here you'll see all the mentors. And in the mini bio, I'll make this simpler because it looks very messy. So I'll edit and I'll only add the numbers of the challenges. But yeah, here you can see the specific challenges that each mentor is going to help you with. So you know who you can reach out according to the challenges that you are applying to. And then once you've decided that you want to reach to a specific mentor, then you click here, send message, and you'll be able to send a message to the mentor through TAIKAI, or if not, you can go to the Slack channel and ping that mentor or send them a DM. Okay, so now let's get to know them. First, Mingxi, do you want to introduce yourself and introduce the folks from Astar that are joining us today?
Yes, definitely. Hello guys, this is Mingxi from Astar Network. I'm from Astar Network Business Development Team, and we have Pierre and Nikhil joining today. They are both from Dev Team. Pierre is a very experienced WebAssembly developer, and Nikhil is mostly managing our governance development for Astar Network. And should I start a brief introduction about Astar Network, or we will do it later?
Yeah, exactly. You can introduce Astar Network, and then we can have the other mentors introduce themselves very quickly. And then we can also go, after KILT have introduced themselves, we can go through the challenges, Mingxi.
Awesome. So maybe I will quickly share a slide about Astar Network to introduce what Astar Network is building right now.
Perfect.
Yeah, so what is Astar Network? Astar Network is a smart contract hub for WebAssembly and EVM on Polkadot. It is also one of the top parachains in the Polkadot ecosystem in terms of most Ethereum assets transferred over. Astar Network is the leading smart contract hub that connects Polkadot ecosystem to other layer zeros and layer ones, including Ethereum, Cosmos, and Solana, and so on. So what is the biggest advantage of Astar Network? The biggest advantage of Astar Network is that we are a multi-virtual machine blockchain. Besides supporting EVM, we also support WebAssembly. The reason that we are building a multi-virtual machine blockchain is because we recognize the disadvantages and the shortages of Ethereum virtual machine, EVM. The smart contract performance is limited on EVMs because of it is using like 250-bit computation, 64-32-bit architecture, and the contract size of smart contract on Ethereum is limited to 24 KB because of Ethereum improvement proposal 170. Also, Solidity tooling is very primitive and still new compared to NPM or Cargo. Complex logic cannot be implemented on EVM with Solidity or Viper. Even though they have half right now, but it is still very immature. And for eWASM, they have a lot of overheads, which makes the performance cannot compare with native WebAssembly. And also another problem with EVM is that EVM dApps are very stagnating. So in the crypto space, we can clearly see that a lot of EVM dApps are just copycats. People copy folk project from Ethereum, and build on new layer ones. That's how people are playing the games in the Ethereum space, in the EVM space. But we want to bring a new stream to the space. That's why we're building this WebAssembly virtual machine, a multi-virtual machine blockchain. So it comes to Astar's solution. So WebAssembly virtual machine. What is the benefit of WebAssembly-based virtual machine? It is a stack-based portable virtual machine, and it can run hardware 3264-bit arithmetic. It is very portable, and it's safe and isolated sandbox. It can run assembly-like binary instructions with near-native performance, so devs can make scalable and very complex logic using WebAssembly. Besides that, it can be used as a common compile target for various languages. No matter you are using Rust, you are using C++, you can compile them to WebAssembly. So that's what we are offering. We're building a blockchain with not only Ethereum virtual machine, but also WebAssembly. We believe WebAssembly is the future of smart contract, and Solidity is a current mainstream. So we support both virtual machines, and we make an interoperable layer on top of them to better adapt to provide the best service to all smart contract devs. And yes, that's a brief. And another biggest advantage of Astar Network is that we provide these dApp staking features. In the Web3 ecosystem, we can clearly see that each blockchain has incentives programs for miners, for users, for liquidity providers, but there is no blockchain providing long-term sustainable incentives for devs, which is the most important contributor to the network. So what we are providing is that we are providing this dApp staking feature, which allows users to stake Astar tokens to project live in the Astar ecosystem. And developers who build the decentralized applications can earn staking rewards from that. It can provide a basic universal income for all devs in our ecosystem. Devs can use this income to support their project development. And this also brings more community involvement and engagement into the product development of the decentralized applications in our ecosystem. Yeah, that's a brief introduction about Astar Network. I think I can, Bego, you can continue. Thank you.
Perfect. So Mingxi, real quick, can you let us know what are the challenges that you are going to mentor for? And then also maybe Nick and Pierre want to introduce themselves very quickly.
Yes, I will mentor for the DeFi dashboard application, as well as the on-chain identity scoring system for EVM.
Perfect. And then do we have Nick or Pierre? Do you want to introduce yourselves?
Hey guys, I'm Pierre from Astar Network. I work as a Rust developer, especially in the WASM part. So I'm really focused on all the WASM stack. So contracts palette, ink, ask, and so on. And I'm monitoring 3 different challenges. So the token bridge, between EVM and WASM, the NFT Astar NFT portal, and the PSP34, which is the NFT standard minting site. So I think it's 3 different challenges, and I'm really looking forward to help you guys.
Thank you. Thanks so much, Pierre. And then Nick, do you want to intro yourself?
Okay.
Let's wait for Nick. Later on, maybe he'll introduce himself. So thanks so much, Pierre. Now it's time for KILT Protocol. For KILT, we have Dudley. So go ahead, Dudley. The stage is yours.
Hi there. Thank you. So yeah, I'm Dudley from KILT Protocol. I work as the developer relations there, and I'll be one of the mentors for the hackathon. I can do a little quick overview of KILT. Maybe I share my screen for a second, and then it shouldn't take too long. So
go ahead, perfect.
Yeah. So yeah, basically, what KILT Protocol is a blockchain solution for self-sovereign identity. So what we do is we have a decentralized protocol that issues verifiable and revocable credentials, right? So, and on top of that, we issue DIDs. So DIDs are a Web3 standard for Web3. It's recently just announced from the W3C consortium that they have released this as a standard. So yay to them. So it's pretty important because I'll go touch into it in a little bit, but basically we try to bring the real world into a digital world. Obviously, what we've seen is with the first iteration of the internet, data being passed around, but the second iteration of data is now being centralized in data silos, and the user or any entity is losing that sovereignty of that identity or their data. So for us, it's really important to have that real world trust that we had before and bring that back into a digital format. So it's for us, it's a very powerful tool, and we use DIDs and credentials for this. So again, it's not really restricted to human identity. At the moment, we're in talks with different organizations. You know, IoT devices can have a digital identifier and credentials attached to it. We could also imagine entities like nature or other wildlife could potentially have identities be attached to it. So we're working with different partners to look at identity in different avenues. We recently came out with something called asset DIDs. So essentially you can tie a DID to an asset, which unlocks some crazy potentials. So I think that's just me trying to give a little high overview of things. And again, when I talk about digital identity, I look at 2 things. We look at these credentials and an identifier, and that forms the 2 and so forth. I won't go into too much detail. This will be a spoiler for my workshop, so I'll explain more in detail at that time, but yeah. So I'll just stop sharing, so yeah. So, yep, I've been working on the KILT protocol for 3 years. I've been one of the SDK developers for 2 years, and then I moved to developer relations for a couple of months ago. And I do a lot of hackathons and whatnot. And so what I'll do is I'll pass it over to my colleagues, Raphael.
Hi, yeah, I'm Raphael from also KILT Protocol, obviously. I am working as a developer, mostly on SDK related things, and I'm happy to support you if you are running into any issues there.
And then we'll move over to Tom.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, my name is Tom. I also work at KILT as a SDK developer, mostly doing TypeScript and JavaScript. So yeah, all questions are welcome. Glad to help.
Perfect.
Great.
Thank you so much. Well, I'm gonna go back to my presentation. Okay, so now it's time to go through the challenges. So we think it's best that Astar and KILT intro their challenges. So Mingxi, if you want, I can go to the challenges on TAIKAI, and then we can go one by one. It can be just like an overview of each challenge.
Okay.
Yes, no problem.
Perfect. So this is the first challenge. So go ahead, Mingxi.
Oh,
Mingxi,
yeah.
do you want I do it?
Yeah. I think Pierre can introduce this one. Thank you.
Perfect. Go ahead, Pierre. Sorry.
Okay, so in this one, you will use PSP34, which is the NFT standard for WASM assembly in Polkadot. And then you will create a full website where you will basically mint NFT using your contract as a backend.
Great.
So if you're interested into NFT and all the things, I think you can pick up this one.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Pierre. And now let's go through challenge number 2 by Astar Networks as well.
I think this one is for you, Mingxi, right?
Yeah, I'll introduce this one. So in this challenge, what the devs will create is an on-chain identity scoring system for the EVM addresses. Because right now on Astar Network, there are quite a lot of DeFi protocols, all kinds of protocols. And what they want to have is that they want to have a scoring systems which can provide API to them that can help them to measure which users are active in the network, which users have like good on-chain activity, which users have a diamond hand, something like that, so that they can, based on this data, to create like airdrops, to create incentive programs to better do marketing. Yeah. And in this challenge, what the dev will create, they will need to using indexing services to collect the on-chain data, and they need to build a scoring system using all those data. And they also need to build a front end, which allows users to check their score. Yeah.
Perfect. Now let's go through challenge number 3.
So in this challenge, you will do a dashboard. And in this dashboard, you will like select a user, so an account ID, and then you should query a lot of different things from this account and basically display all his activity on different things. So for example, on Remark, NFT, on dApp staking, and everything that you can integrate.
Amazing. Now challenge number 4.
So for this one, this challenge, because Astar Network, we're aiming to become the asset hub in the Polkadot ecosystem. And right now we have a very vibrant DeFi ecosystem. So it is very important for users, data analysts, traders, and projects to have an overview of the Astar DeFi protocols to optimize their strategies and manage their assets in multiple wallets. So what the devs need to build is a DeFi dashboard, which can present users' current liquidity provision in each DeFi protocols in multiple addresses. So for example, as a DeFi user, I may have multiple addresses, and I may use some of them to provide liquidity in lending protocol and in decentralized exchanges. and I want to check all my liquidity provision in one front end, in one dashboard. And the second feature is that it needs to present the real-time yield of each DeFi protocols. So right now, the problem for a lot of DeFi farmers is that they cannot know like which liquidity pool has the highest yield. So this DeFi dashboard will also show the real-time yield of each DeFi protocol for the assets. And it will recommend the users the best strategies to optimize their yield and manage the leverage. Because sometimes the yield needs leverage. First, you have to deposit your assets into decentralized exchanges and get the LP token, and then deposit your LP token into maybe a CTP project or a lending protocol to borrow out the money and to use the leverage. And it will suggest the users the best strategy based on the data they collected on chain. Yeah.
Thanks so much. And the last one, Mingxi or Pierre, the number 5.
Yeah, I will do it. So this one is really smart contract oriented, because you will have to do an EVM smart contract and a WASM smart contract, and basically teleport an asset between the WASM stack and the EVM stack. So I think it's really interesting if you want to do a contract development, as in this one there will be a really simple UI and not like a really advanced UI like in the dashboards.
Thanks so much, Pierre. And now let's go through KILT Protocol's challenge. So Dudley, do you want to explain this one?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So what this application, or should I say there's 2 applications here. It's an event mobile wallet. That's the primary application. So what it should be able to do would be receive, assign, and present credentials. So what we imagine this application or this mobile wallet is for is to enter events essentially, but do it in a way that is W3 and a bit more privacy concerned, so that the organization or the people issuing these tickets aren't able to track certain information. So it's a bit more privacy minded, and it allows for you some unique stuff. So maybe I'll talk about what's actually what we require a little bit. So we imagine that the mobile wallet is able to scan a QR code with different with a communication endpoint to the app. This app is the one that issues and verifies the event tickets, and this should include the endpoint and the DID of the verifier or the attester. So maybe just talk a little bit about what could be done with it afterwards. Is essentially, there is a proof of attendance protocol, and you can do some interesting stuff by incentivizing people to come to your events by offering NFTs or other unique features or badges or loot or merchandise for attending your event. But this is done kind of like in a peer-to-peer way, and you can show your credentials to anyone you want to show it to. But again, no one can actually view what credentials you have and so forth. So I think it'd be a really interesting use case here, and quite a nice one to work on. Yeah.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Dudley. Sorry. So those are our 6 challenges. So we're running a little bit late. I'm gonna wrap things up very quickly. You can always check out the prices in this section in TAIKAI and the criteria to win the prize. And also you can always check the resources here. And this goes to the hackers. If you feel like you need more resources, please feel free to always reach out either to Tori or me on the Slack channel. You can always ask for more. So let us know if you need more resources, please let us know and we'll get them for you. Okay, so let's go through a couple of rules for the hackathon. There has to be a maximum of 5 members per project. Every member or team can apply to a maximum of 3 projects, and one project can only apply to one challenge. You can't submit one project that is applying to different challenges. That's why Diogo showed you how to tag each project to the challenge that it's applying to, and all projects must be submitted in English. Now, we're also asking you, once you've formed your teams, that you choose a team captain. This is important because the team captain is the one that is going to keep the communication with us, data natives, the organization team, but also with the mentors, because maybe if you have one question, it can be too much for the mentors if there's a team of 3 people and the 3 people are reaching out with the same question to the mentor, right? So that's why we're asking you to choose one team captain, and that's the person that is going to keep the communication with the organization and the mentors. And now let's talk about submission and demo day. This is going to answer to your question, Mai. So the project has to be, as I said, submitted in English, and through the TAIKAI platform. The deadline for submitting your projects is Monday, August 29 at noon CET, Central European Time. Then we will take a couple of days to review all the projects and select the ones that we'll be able to pitch from the Data Natives Conference. Then we will announce these pre-selected teams on August 31st. So you have a couple of days to prepare your pitch. We will select a maximum of 4 projects per challenge. And as I said, they will pitch on demo day at the conference, which is in Cool House, Berlin, on Friday, September 2nd. And this is very, very important. At least one representative of each team has to attend in person to demo day, to the conference. All the pitches need to be in person. And the winners will be announced on that same day, September 2nd, from our jury members. You can check the evaluation criteria of the challenges on the prize section, but it's basically 40% contribution to the ecosystem, 40% user experience, and 20% creativity and innovation. And let's do this, let's hack this thing. I don't know if you have any questions for the mentors about specific challenges. So this is your time. Go ahead, don't be shy. Ask as much as you need.
Or for the prizes as well.
Exactly, or for the prizes. So if we don't have any questions, then this is it. We can wrap it up. And as I said, this recording will be, oh, go ahead by Yang.
Yeah. Hello. Hello. Are you getting me?
Yes.
Hi, everyone. My name is Bayang. Yeah, my question is about the dashboard design in the challenge, challenge 2. Will you provide to us, I don't know, the API so that we can use user data, and then maybe, I don't know, we should have maybe a API in the backend so that we can show the interaction in the dashboard.
What you will use is data indexing services provided by Subquery or Subscript. And we will have a workshop about that later, I think, presented by Pierre.
Yeah.
Pierre may chime in for more details.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks so much for your question, Bayang. Do we have any more questions from the hackers?
No, I don't know. No. It's okay for me.
Perfect. Okay, so thanks so much for your time. For the hackers, of course, you can always reach out later through the Slack channels or as we showed you via TAIKAI. And that's it, right, Elena?
That's it for the day.
Happy hacking, everyone.